the 3 tanks that you need to level in 2025, the 3 healers that you need to level in 2025, right? And then it kind of goes beyond that from there. The damage dealers that you need to level up, all of that.
It's only a game. Why you have to be mad?
I want to talk a little bit about some of the Maestro teams that were submitted. Blaze submitted this team to me, a guild member. It's very similar to other teams. I'm seeing a pattern here, guys. Look at these not top teams, because this one's the top team right here, right? Look at these 3 teams right here. We have Corvus, Rufus, Mushi, and Shroom. Corvus, Rufus, Galahad. Corvus, Rufus, and Vari. And then we have Morgan, Aiden. Now, the discussion that I had with Blaze, the lineup basically focuses on having Corvus deal a bunch of damage with his altar and then using Albus. So there is a time during the fight where you're getting a lot of small damage where Corvus's altar is up, right? And every time your team takes damage, any of your allies, the altar does pure damage to the enemy that dealt the damage to your team, right? So the idea is right when that ability starts, when the opposing or whenever Maestro uses that meteor ability or whatever you want to call it, you start Albus's cooldown, you let Corvus's altar do a bunch of damage, and then Albus uses his breath weapon. The idea is the first 3 heroes got to be a little chunky. They got to be a little thicker. We have Corvus, obviously, is the primary damage dealer here. We have Rufus, and then we have a 3rd tanky hero. It's called Musical Staves, is the name of the ability. Musical Staves is the ability that Maestro casts that can do lots of small hits to your team. Rufus is picked because of magical defense and his artifact armor weapon. And Vari, 3rd armor artifact weapon. And then we had Pup with the 10.3 million damage team. Pup's team was featured on Olympus Hero Wars' YouTube channel. Rufus, Kark, Zhu, Heidi, and Leon. A little bit different than what we've seen. So we have an opportunity here. I'm seeing 3 solid teams forming. Okay, I'm seeing 3 solid teams. This one from 143 million is going to be what we would call an outlier. It's going to be an outlier because obviously it's 110 million damage higher than the next closest, and nobody that I've ever talked to has been able to replicate anywhere near this damage with this lineup. There are a lot of reasons why that might be the case. None that I really want to get into here. Definitely I've mentioned them in the past, but this team relies on Cornelius to do a big hit, followed by Albus doing a big breath weapon attack from the bonus pure damage that a Cornelius crit causes through Sebastian's boosting his damage output via critical hit bonus and pure damage on the critical hit. So this is a team that a lot of people are going to have leveled up. Isaac, Sebastian, Cornelius, Isaac, Sebastian, Lara Croft. These 4 heroes are heroes that players are already leveling up for Osh, right? In the City of Asgard Osh fight. Ching Mao, very popular right now. Very popular damage dealer on offense. Not a bad line to have built. If you can get the timing down, if you can get lucky with Cornelius critical hits, that I think is a good team to build. That's one good team. A second team is going to be the Corvus, Rufus, Morgan, Aiden team, okay, with a 3rd tank of some kind. Insert whatever 3rd tank you have. Maybe Astaroth could work, maybe Aurora could work, but I think Aurora stands in front. I think that you need specifically Corvus and Rufus in front of your 3rd tanky hero. I think that needs to be the case, and I think Aurora stands in front of Corvus, so Aurora does not work. You need to play it in manual. Oh yeah, absolutely. You're going to get more out of these if you play them on manual and get the timing down correctly. So this is another solid team. This would be team 2 that I'm going to recommend players pick up right now. 33 million damage, 13.9 million damage, and a couple that are higher. This is 12.7 from Blaze. And Blaze, by the way, said that he didn't even do well, that he messed up the timing a little bit on his attack, so he thinks that he can do better than 12.7 damage. I think that Anvari might end up being the correct choice here, honestly. I think that Anvari might end up being the correct choice on these 3. And I'm very happy about that because Anvari can be used elsewhere, and if you already have 3 tanks leveled up, you might not want to level up Galahad or Mushi and Shroom, right? If you already have Corvus, Rufus, Aurora, or Corvus, Aurora, Astaroth like I have, or you know, whatever. Tanks are not a huge priority in the game, right? Obviously, in some game modes, yes. But if you don't have to level up Machine Shroom if you weren't planning on it, that'd be good. Machine Shroom is better. I mean, yeah, obviously 33 million damage instead of 12.7. And then we have a couple of other teams here. Baylor submitted this one to me. Amira, Nebula, Heidi, Orion, Thea. Completely different hero subset here. Completely different set of heroes than this team and this team right here, right? Featuring Thea as a healer. Then you have this team right here featuring a different set with the exception of Heidi from Pup. And then this one right here from Yatsov, another member of our guild. Featuring Thea and Heidi. This is one of the teams that I thought was going to do well this week that didn't really have much of a good showing. And unfortunately, I forgot that whenever the day starts on Monday, all of the logs are erased and you can't go look at the logs. That's kind of a bummer. I was planning on making a video discussing and showing video from some of these yesterday, but you can't. You can't use these today. You can't watch the video today because it's already shifted over to the Osh version. So this begs the question, and it kind of pushes into the next discussion that we might have to have as we go into 2025. The 3 tanks that you need to level in 2025. The 3 healers that you need to level in 2025, right? And then it kind of goes beyond that from there. The damage dealers that you need to level up, all of that. And I think we're getting very close. I think we're getting very close to finding the 6 best teams for Osh and Maestro, respectively. I think that we are. I think that we're getting close. I would still accept video clips proving 10 million damage plus teams. A couple of you have submitted stuff to me over the weekend that I didn't get to, that I did not send rewards out to. I'm going to get those done in the next couple of days today, or if I have time today, then I will today. If not, then the next couple of days. But we do have a couple of more 10 million plus damage teams that are different than these that we still could take a look at, that we can still take a crack at in 2 weeks when it comes back around again. But shout out to Blaze and Pup and Baylor for adding to the list this week. And like I said, I got a couple more that I need to add. I got, let's see, 1, 2, 3 messages. I think I got 2-ish more than I need to add to this list that also did 10 million damage. That are slightly different than these teams.